Thanksgiving is fast approaching, which means time off of work, time with family, and of course, a lot of food. So I'm gonna give you 5 quick tips to help you enjoy your Thanksgiving while not gaining a lot of weight. Now, tip number 1 happens before you even get to the Thanksgiving table, and that is to not fast. Yes, you heard me right, don't fast. So it might seem counterintuitive because you think, well, I'm gonna be eating all this food, so I'm gonna start out my day with not even eating so that when I get there, I have a lot of calories. And the reason I say not to is because the first thing you gotta do with this is kind of change your mentality, because if you're going into your Thanksgiving meal thinking, I'm just gonna eat everything, well, that's not really what it's about. I mean, we're supposed to be spending time with family, enjoying time together, all that stuff. And yes, we're gonna have a lot of good food, but it doesn't mean we need to put all of your joy into just binging on as much food as you can. So changing that mindset around, because one of the problems if you do fast all the way up until it's time to eat, most people usually eat somewhere between like 12 and 3. That's a long time of being awake without eating, and you tend to get really hungry. And when you get to that point when you start eating and you are really hungry already, well, you are a lot more likely to binge and eat way more than you need to. So what I suggest is just eat a normal breakfast, not like something crazy, but for example, what I've been eating lately is either a bowl of oatmeal with a scoop of peanut butter protein powder mixed in and a mashed up banana. It's really good. It's like 350, 400 calories and like 35 grams of protein. So there's a lot of protein right there. Or something else I've been doing lately is having a big bowl of Greek yogurt parfait with strawberries, blueberries. I have a video on how to make it. It's 300 calories and 35 grams of protein. And it's really good and it'll fill you up. And I'll probably end up having both of those. I'll have something when I get up for breakfast and have the other one a few hours before we have our meal. So getting something in your system so you're not feeling crazy hungry when you get to the Thanksgiving table is a good way to control your eating when it's time for that Thanksgiving meal. And the next tip is to still do some kind of exercise before the Thanksgiving meal. And it's kind of funny to me because you go from the mindset of I'm doing some kind of consistent training program and watching my diet, making sure I'm eating the right types of things, to, you know, I'm gonna not train and also plan to binge eat. So you're doing the exact opposite of what you normally do. So, you know, you don't have to go crazy, some kind of workout, but I'm still gonna go to the gym. I think from the way I program stuff, it's gonna be a back day for me. So I'm gonna go to the gym, do some deadlifts, do a bunch of rowing exercises. That is a loud truck. Get my workout done, and then I'm gonna feel good for the day because I know I still lifted. I'm gonna put all that food to good use. And you know, if you like cardio, if you like whatever kind of exercise, just do what you normally do. Find a way to fit it in there. It doesn't take a lot of time. And the good thing is a lot of people probably won't be in the gym, so you'll have just about everything to yourself. And that brings us to the Thanksgiving meal. And what I suggest to do when you go into the meal is not just load your plate up with everything there. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little bit of everything. What I'm gonna do is get twice the amount of protein or meat. So, you know, you got like turkey, ham, and turkey is a lean meat. There's not a whole lot of calories in it. There's a lot of protein in it. Ham, there's more fat, but there's still a lot of protein and everything. So I'm gonna double the meat that I would plan on getting, and then I'm gonna get about half of the amount of everything else that I was planning on getting. And then I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna eat it slowly and enjoy it. And just take your time actually enjoying what you're eating rather than just eating as much as you can really quick so you can go back and get more food. And make sure you're staying hydrated, because having enough water in your system is what's gonna help you feel full and just help out all that food digest better as well. But speaking of going back for seconds, that brings us to the next tip, and that is to set a timer after you finish eating your meal. So don't just automatically go back for seconds. You know, you just probably ate a really big portion of food. So set it like a 30-minute timer and just relax. You know, you ate your food slowly, talk to people, hang out and do that, and then actually see if you still feel hungry to go back and eat more. Because chances are, if you're like us, you're gonna have a lot of leftovers and probably be eating the same meal for dinner later on too. So you know you're gonna get to eat some of that stuff. You had the smaller portions of everything and know which pieces of the meal you like the most, and then when you go back for your dinner meal, you can choose more of those things that you liked and be more selective with your choices. Because the problem is when you just go straight back for seconds, you're probably gonna feel full if you didn't do that within about 30 minutes, but then you get all that extra food, you keep eating, then it starts hitting you that you're feeling full from the first servings you had, and then all the second serving hits you, and then you're just laying around feeling like, oh, this is terrible, I don't like this. So be smart with your food. And because you did start feeling full after you waited that amount of time, you're like, oh, I don't need to eat more food right now. Well, you know what, before I go get that dessert, let's go for a walk. It's something my family's always done. We typically eat a bunch of food, then we go for a walk together and just talk, enjoy time, and kind of, you know, let the food settle, move around a little bit, because when you just keep piling on the food, that's when you're gonna end up laying there just feeling like you wanna go to sleep from a food coma. So, you know, go for a walk, then come back, pick your dessert, and enjoy the dessert. And of course, I was talking about mindset earlier, you know, getting the right mindset of don't plan on binging. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of food, it's gonna be good, you're gonna eat more than you normally do, and enjoy it and don't make it weird. Like, you're just eating food in the long run. And chances are you probably will weigh a little more the next day, especially if you're in a deficit, if you're cutting or something, because your body's depleted of carbs, glycogen, that type of stuff, and your body's gonna refill your glycogen stores, which means you're gonna add a lot of water weight, because every gram of carbs stored holds 3 grams of water. So if you ate like a pound worth of carbs, it's excessive. But just, you know, for example, that's an extra 3 pounds of water you'd be holding. But then throughout the week, you get back into your normal routine, your body's gonna go back to normal, you're gonna flush that stuff out of your system, and you're gonna be good to go. So those are the tips to enjoy your Thanksgiving meal. Let me know what you think. What are your techniques down in the comments for your diet, what you like to do, how you approach big meals, that type of thing. And Instagram @Camber Fitness. I will see you in the next one. Happy Thanksgiving.